It's time for the Player 4 podcast already? It's not time yet. No, it is. Player 4 podcast, people. Let's do it.
Woo! Ew.
Too much excitement. Do it again.
I'm so excited. That was my Haley.
Welcome to the Player 4 podcast. I am Tristan, a.k.a. Shagrazir, on the Rooster Teeth website.
I'm Alex, a.k.a. Chaos Black 21.
I'm Joseph, a.k.a. Jay Dunlap, and special guest returning to the Player 4 podcast,
Haley's replacement.
I am Andres, a.k.a. Escalante, on the Rooster Teeth website.
We're always trying to replace Haley.
Yeah, we have a lot of replacements for Haley, apparently.
The last time I was on here, she was like, we're BFFs and all that, and now I'm taking her spot.
Take
Some
that.
BFF.
Betrayal!
Hashtag taking over.
Backstab. Okay.
First order of business would be, and another thing.
And another thing.
And
Let's give priority to our guest who's had 2 months to listen to our podcast and think about things we're wrong about.
You're assuming that he listens to our silly-ass podcast.
Never. I don't. And why would I do that? I don't need to pay attention. No, I'm totally joking. So the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about was you guys. I don't remember who it was. We're talking about Fallout. You know, that little game that is kind of growing from a small studio.
This is a lie. We've never talked about Fallout.
Someone talked about Fallout and said that it was based in the 50s.
No, I don't think none of us ever said it was based in the 50s.
I said that the alternate universe used a very 50s like feel. It seemed to be like it was in the 50s. That's what I thought.
It felt like a futuristic past, is what we said.
Yeah,
right.
It's because it's based in 2270. Look at me, I'm gonna have to have another thing next episode because I'm a dumb.
2270.
You try to screw us, we're gonna screw you then.
That's how it goes here, though. I mean, you know, it's always got to be and another thing. But no, I love Fallout, so I was just like, you guys, I need to be on this podcast right now as it's being played to me.
I actually remember listening to that conversation, and it wasn't actually made clear that we were just discussing that maybe it was a future that kind of looked like the 50s. It did kind of sound like for a moment we were entertaining the idea that was an alternate timeline.
Oh yeah, no. He's right. We definitely discussed that, and because I had to pull the pictures together for that episode, I was pointing out all the 50s styled paraphernalia, you know, refrigerators and stoves and things, and the way it was all shaped. It's true. It did have a very 50s look to it. Now, my question for Andres, since you know so much about the series, is the 2270 number that you're throwing at us when they go into the vaults, when the bombs go off, or is it when they come out of the vaults?
So actually, I was off by 200 years. 200 years before.
No. This is what I thought he meant. So the game is based in 2270, which is when they come out of the vaults, which is 200 years after they go in.
Correct. The Great War was on October 23rd, 2077, I think. And I'm pretty sure, like, there's so much lore to this and everything, but essentially I think it was China that said attacked first, but really no one knows who attacked first.
Mm.
And I think
now maybe you'll find out.
Yeah, oh, man, I would love to.
So does that mean that this one is still taking place around the same time as Fallout 3? Because what I thought was that this one was 200 years in the future, and so this one is actually further in the future than Fallout 3 was.
I think this one is around the same time period as Fallout 3. The way that we'll be able to tell, I mean, obviously, you know, we can go online and look easily, but the way that we'll be able to tell, and this might be a little spoilery for certain people, so spoilers for like the next 20 seconds, but at the end of Fallout 3, you purify the water. Right. And then there's boxes everywhere. So, essentially...
So maybe it's a little after you've spread that technology around.
But see, I thought they said that it would take a while for that technology to kind of spread.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm thinking this is further down the timeline.
Right. And I think, I'm hoping that it's actually going on at around the same time. Because if that's the case, then we'll be able to hear about certain decisions that were made in the game, such as, like, let's say they decide, and this is also kind of spoilerish, but it's the very beginning of Fallout 3, maybe the Lone Wanderer decided to blow up Megaton. So maybe we'll hear news of, did you guys hear about that bomb that just blew up over towards the Capital Wasteland? Or something like that. It would be interesting, at the very least.
Everything's been spoiled now. I have no idea about Capital Megatop blowing up.
I mean, the only thing I'm not sure about with that is because if they try to do something like that with kind of like how Mass Effect still all 3 games happened on the 360, while Fallout 3 happened on the 360 and Fallout 4 happened on the One. Is that really, will they be able to transfer that over?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to be able to do that, but like you can place a canon story on the Fallout 3 as well as Fallout 4, really, and make it suitable for the next Fallout.
Okay.
So
I when he first said place a cannon, I thought he was actually going to try and place a cannon like in the game, and then I thought he was trying to tell us that he could place it in Fallout 4 and shoot his character in Fallout 3. I don't know. My mind went down a weird road just then.
I just saw awesome. The Fat Man.
I shot my old game with my new game. What?
Did you know that the Fat Man was a real weapon? It just wasn't shoulder mounted.
Yeah, that was the nickname for the American bazooka, wasn't it?
It was a tripod mounted weapon that shot a mini nuke.
Oh no, I hadn't heard about that one. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty. I love Fallout.
We should probably move on. I don't know whether Tristan or Alex have anything for and another thing.
I mean, Tristan always has something.
No,
go ahead.
I don't have anything. The last week was great. I wouldn't change a thing.
All right, now we can move on.
Yeah, I actually listened to the podcast today to see if there was anything that I could bring up, and I don't know, it was just E3 coverage, so we got everything right.
We were too awesome. There was nothing to fix.
I know, I was a pretty awesome moderator.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the first?
No, by far it's not a first.
Okay.
I still, think that you have to be fair in the assessment. You're either attributing nothing happening and another thing to we didn't get anything wrong, or we didn't go back and listen, so we don't know what we got wrong.
So ignorance is truly kind of bliss there.
Yeah,
I'm quite blissful right now.
Another thing is that last week was E3, so we covered it right after it happened, and nothing really has changed in the past week.
It's true.
So there's really not much to discuss except the things that Andres wanted to talk about.
So did that card sell? Did it go for more than $19,000?
That's pretty belated there, Tristan.
Hey, I'm just wondering.
I never found anything that said otherwise. There was a Kotaku article that said 19,000, and I think that's where it sold for.
Okay.
There were a lot of...
That's pretty decent, making off with $8,500.
Yeah, no kidding. There were a lot of joke bids at first, and so the guy who was selling it was tweeting, "Come on, this is for charity, let's be serious." And I think the final bid was a serious bid. Another thing...
how can you joke bid? I mean, once you put in a number, aren't you, committed to that?
I don't know.
I thought
don't know.
eBay was set up in such a way that if you say, "Oh, I'm going to pay $20,000," you go, "Oh crap, I'm now committed for $20,000."
I know that he was able to detect the joke bids and report them to eBay and get them removed. So I'm not sure what that process is. But while we're on that subject, there was one more piece to the argument puzzle surrounding that controversy that came from the mouth of the guy himself, the guy who drafted the card. He said that someone had put it a certain way that made sense to him, because if you recall, at the time the debate was, why would you draft a card maybe worth $200 to $300?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last thing I'll say about this, but the question was whether you would pay $250 for a removal card in your draft deck. So that's the final word.
Just throwing out there, it looks like it sold for $14,900.
Really?
Yeah, so a little under 19. I mean, 5,000 off of 14, still that's a lot of money.
I'll have to research that and bring it up again.
So that must have been joke bids that we saw, because the thing that Tristan posted
had a 19
in the podcast had 19,000.
Yeah, there was a lot of joke bids.
I thought I had seen something about that, but I was almost certain that I'd seen that the 1900 wasn't a joke bid, so I have to look that up and see whether it was. Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, money was raised for charity. It's a shame that people would joke bid on something that's going to charity, but that just goes to show the walks of life that inhabit the internet are not always savory.
Very true.
Generally not.
Especially concerning controversy surrounding a video or card game.
I mean, geez, we're on the internet. Ugh.
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 There goes the neighborhood.
We breed all types of controversy.
There
Player
goes
4
the neighbor
podcast.
net.
There goes the neighbor net.
That's good. I
New
like
shirt.
We need a shirt that says "There goes the neighbor net."
We have a lot of shirts that we need.
You never know. We might have some come this or next RTX. Probably next RTX, but you never know.
Yeah,
could get some white
considering we are what, like 42, 41
Yeah,
days
but we could
away
get some
from
white
RTX?
T-shirts and write on them during the convention.
Well,
And
remember,
sell
we
them.
have to mail that one that you designed to Mass Halo gear.
Up.
So, I've got a few news items I can bring up, unless somebody else had something they wanted to bring up first.
Nope, I'm good. Tell me about
All
your
right.
news.
I'm just going loosey-goosey on this.
Loosey
all right.
goosey.
I have some stuff prepared
We're free balling
because some news has occurred this week. The biggest thing, of course, is we now have an actor for Spider-Man, a third
Woo!
Spider-Man. But the way I see it is, it's not his fault that he's the third Spider-Man. So let's give him a chance.
but he's
fault.
a Marvel Spider-Man this time, isn't he?
Well,
And not a Sony Spider-Man.
yeah. Marvel Studios and Sony joint. And I'm going to cover that. But first off, let's talk about who got cast.
Who got cast?
A guy named
Was
Tom
it
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Who's
yeah.
on first?
Tom Holland was in a movie called The Impossible with Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan in the
I
old
like
Star
Ewan
Wars movies,
McGregor.
and Naomi Watts.
I know her.
And both Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor had some really good things to say about him 3 years ago when he was in the movie, saying that he really was on the road to become a really brilliant actor. And then
How old was he? How old is he now? I mean, what age Spider-Man are we going to be getting?
I will type that in. How old is Tom Holland?
He was born in '96, so he's probably like 19, 20.
He is 19.
He's young. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
He's 19, so he was 3 years ago. He was 16, and they were praising his talent. There's a few fun facts about him. One is he has a background in hip hop dance, and he's also British, which is a weird mix. But because of his dancing background, he also can do his own stunts. 3 days ago, after he got cast, he posted 3 different videos of himself doing flips off of a curb and then making it slow motion. So we know that he can do his own stunts. We know he's going to do some cool Spidey parkour type stuff.
We know that he can do a flip off of a curb, but that doesn't qualify as a stunt. Although it is more than I can do.
Yeah, and we're going to, I mean, have you seen what they do in movie sets? That's almost everything that you have to do is just do a flip.
Do a flip. Do a
Anyway,
barrel
we're
roll.
going to see
Front flip for style.
we're going to see him in a movie before Civil War occurs. He's going to be in a movie with Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, this Christmas. So be on the lookout for that.
I heard that Chris Hemsworth is going to be in a Ghostbusters film.
That I can't confirm.
I will look it up, but I
As
had heard
the
this is word
secretary?
of mouth. Yeah, he's supposed. So it was from what I've been hearing. It's supposed to be like a gender swapped Ghostbusters. So the Ghostbusters
There is
are
one of those, yes.
for women, and so the role of the receptionist, which was originally a woman, is now going to be a man, and that man is Chris Hemsworth.
Well, why the heck not?
Might as well.
If you're going to have a gender swapped Ghostbusters,
Go
and
all
then
the
you're
way.
going to have a member of the other sex sexualized, why not have Chris Hemsworth sexualized?
He is the most manly of all men ever manned. Whoever manned. Wait, mend.
I mean,
Yeah.
he does play Thor, so. So let's talk about the rights of Spider-Man and who's making that, because I also have an article pulled up here. All Spider-Man stuff this go-around is going to be owned by Sony and produced by Marvel Studios. So not only does Marvel have a hand in Spider-Man in Civil War, which, by the way, he will be in Civil War,
Yeah,
but they're also going to be making the Spider-Man movies. So the same folks that are bringing you all of these other movies in the Marvel canon are also making the Spider-Man movies.
that makes sense. What I'd read said that the article said that their contract allowed them to make more than just this film with Spider-Man. It basically gave Spider-Man back to Marvel.
There's also possibilities, or at least it hasn't been eliminated, the possibility of having crossover characters and treating this as if it's just another Iron Man movie or another Thor movie. So I'll be interested to see what they do with that, because we were just talking like last week or the week before about wanting to see Spider-Man and the Punisher and Daredevil all on the screen together.
Mutants. We need more mutants.
That's the difficult part, because we can't even call them mutants, because that's owned by Fox, and they're being butts right now because they're milking a cash cow. But I mean, with Wolverine kind of having to either be recast or go away or be rebooted, maybe things will happen. Maybe we'll see it.
Aren't they coming out with a Wolverine 3 or whatever now?
Is it going to be a musical this time?
That's going to be the final movie with that current actor. So,
all right. Yeah, I was just like looking at a picture of all of the different superhero movies that are coming out in the coming years, and I'm just like, holy crap, there's so many.
Yes, Hugh Jackman. I'm confused, though, why they're making a third Wolverine movie when each one gets successively worse.
Well, because they haven't done a musical yet. This is their chance.
You know, you make a good point. Maybe it will be a musical, because you said so.
I mean, you can go on Broadway right now and see Spider-Man the musical.
Yeah. I mean,
can we do that, please?
Hugh Jackman is originally a Broadway actor, so he usually does singy song and dance stuff.
Singy song.
I mean, he did do Les Miserables.
Shut up, Joe.
So, episode 2 of P4 Craft came out this week.
Did it?
Yes, it is.
And it came out today, so...
Well, yeah, but this comes out in 2 days.
Yeah, this comes out on Friday, so this came out 2 days ago.
Yeah, where have you been, Alex?
2 days ago today.
And then next week...
I haven't seen it either.
Next week we get to unveil the video where Alex doesn't want to move forward on an unpowered rail.
Oh, that one.
And then Haley enters it and each other with food.
His attempt at a slight at me that no one got.
I was wondering what you were talking about when you were like, okay, this is going to be the next short, and I'm like, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I was trying to give you directions, and then they were hitting each other with food.
It was great.
So that'll be awesome. That's news on our front. Yay. But there's some gaming news. I'm not sure.
What's the gaming news?
I don't think we've discussed this yet, but Doom 4 got canceled.
Doom 4 got canceled?
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because it looked too much like Call of Duty.
Oh. That's what they said about Doom 3, I remember.
Yeah, it just got canceled, I guess, because it wasn't Doom enough.
Wait,
oh my God, are you serious?
This one that they just showed?
Yeah, are we sure that Doom 4 got canceled completely, and we're not talking about...
I believe that it got restarted. It got their current project got canned, and they're starting over from scratch.
Okay, because I was going to say, the only news that I can find was from May, towards the end of May, is where they're talking about the footage.
I saw that, too.
Yeah, it says that back in May, there was a partial cinematic, which has since been removed with a copyright claim, but it says up here that they were never very clear about why they felt the need to shut down the development of Doom 4 and start over from scratch. As far as I can tell, it's not gone and dead, but it is starting over.
I don't think it's dead, so you can tell your friend he doesn't have to worry too much.
No. But still, I don't understand. Like, that's basically saying, oh yeah, if it's a first-person shooter, it automatically looks like Call of Duty.
What's with this, Has anybody else noticed the trend lately with Magic the Gathering style video card games based on different existent series like Hearthstone? Now Elder Scrolls is apparently doing one.
Yeah.
Because it sells.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the main reason.
But to be fair, Hearthstone is basically 2.0 of a physical card game that World of Warcraft had for a long time.
Yep. I remember that card game because I was really into card games back in the day. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I tried to get in Magic, but I just couldn't. But I love.
Oh yeah. Same here. I have not gotten into Magic, but I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, boy.
If we weren't recording tonight, there was a possibility I'd be playing Magic right now. I'll just say that.
I thought you did that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe.
So let's move on because there's an interesting piece of tech news.
There is. Tell us more.
Yes, Google is starting something that people have been wanting ever since the internet and the emails and the Facebooks have come out.
I wish I didn't drunk send that.
Yes. Yes, actually. There is going to be a setting now with Gmail that they've been toying with for the past 6 years and developing, where you can set a delay on your emails. And the delay could be anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds. And then during that delay, you can hit undo send.
That is going to save so many jobs.
No kidding.
So that makes me think now that when did this article come out, or when did they?
It's trending today.
So it was funny because then yesterday, last night, I think it was at midnight. That game show had the hashtag like regretful line subject lines.
I saw that on Twitter today. Some of those were pretty bad, like, sorry I slept with your brother.
Regarding your mom.
Yeah. Or it was like sending pictures of a medical condition and that kind of thing.
Mistakes were made.
Sending out like a naked picture to send all.
Tristan, you would like this. I just saw a tweet that says, when Scrubs is sad, like, what the heck, you're a comedy show. Why are you making me cry?
Why you make me cry, comedy show? You'll make me so sad.
There was one, it was sending pictures of a medical condition on someone's butt.
Yeah, I saw that one.
But it's no longer trending, so I'm not going to bother searching for it. Butt herpes cream.
Are we searching for Gus's butt herpes cream?
So, speaking of Gus, it starts with a G, and so does Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, it doesn't.
It
does.
And with that, it's time for table reading.
But we didn't get to talk about what Pedro wanted to talk about.
Did you want to talk about something?
We talked about Fallout.
Oh, okay.
No, it's time for a table reading.
Okay.
He wanted to do one last time. My computer was in the shop. We couldn't do it, and I've been holding on to this for 2 months. So it's really been that long, hasn't it?
And it was burning a hole in your computer, so you wanted to get it off of there.
Hey, Twitter games are more fun.
Yeah, Twitter games are fun, and we haven't done any plot twists lately either. But I have a table reading, because Andres wants to do table reading.
Table reading and Twitter games both tend to go better than plot twist.
I still like plot twist.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's some funny moments in plot twist.
What else can you have James Bond and Barbara Dunkelman flying a spaceship?
And Barbara
in
going,
a much better movie than the one we would have made.
Sex.
Oh, God.
Okay, table reading. We're doing 3 scenes from Guardians of the Galaxy. So the roles are going to be this. Tristan, you're going to be...
Mr. T.
Yes, Tristan, you're going to be Mr. T as Gamora. And you're also going to be the Futurama tow trucker as Groot.
Gamora, pity the fool.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
What? Is it that
So
bad?
then Alex is Rocket, but he's going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, jeez.
And then we've got 2 characters from Napoleon Dynamite. I will be Napoleon himself as Star-Lord. And then Andres, you'll be Pedro as Drax, the Destroyer.
I sense some stroked ego here.
It's okay. I can do.
Stroked ego. No, Napoleon's perfect for Star-Lord. You'll see. So, first person is Arnold.
Arnold.
Oh, God.
This is scene 1. This is the first scene of 3, so let's do this scene.
Okay.
Hey, you're lucky the broad showed up, because otherwise me and Groot will be collecting that bounty right now, and you'll be getting drawn and quartered like by Yondu and those Ravagers.
I've had a lot of folks try to kill me over the years. I ain't about to be brought down by a tree and a freaking talking raccoon.
What's a raccoon?
What's a raccoon? It's what you are, stupid.
Ain't no thing like me except me.
So this orb has a real shiny blue suitcase, Ark of the Covenant, Maltese Falcon sort of vibe? What is it?
I am Groot.
So what? What's the orb?
I have no words for an honorless thief, fool.
Pretty high and mighty coming from the lackey of genocidal maniac. Yeah, I know who you are. Anyone knows who you are.
Yeah, we know who you are. Who is she?
I am Groot.
Yeah, you said that.
I wasn't retrieving the orb from Ronan. I was betraying him. I had agreement to sell it third party and stuff. Yeah. I am
just-
Groot.
You could just say fool.
Fool.
Well, that's just as fascinating as the first 89 times you told me that. What's wrong with Giving Tree here?
Well, he don't know how talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited to I and am and Groot, exclusively in that order.
That's, like, perfect. Well, I tell you what. That's gonna wear real thin, real fast, bud. So now we move on to the next scene.
Scene overload.
And it starts with Pedro.
You, man who is laying with the Lesbian,
It was one time, man.
spare me your foul gaze, woman.
Why is this fool here anyway?
I promised Igme stay by your side till he kills your boss. And I always keep my promises. More than a muscle of whack jobs who'll kill me if I don't. Here you go.
Oh, I was just kidding about the leg. I just need these two things.
What?
No, I thought it'd be funny. Was it funny? What did he look like hopping around?
I had to transfer him like 30,000 units. Gosh.
Hey, how are we gonna leave?
Well, he's got a plan, right? Or is that another thing you made up?
Oh, I have a plan. I have a plan.
Cease your yammering and relieve us from the arcing confinement.
Yeah, I have to agree with the walking thesaurus on that one.
Do not ever call me a thesaurus.
It's just a metaphor, dude.
Hey, his people are completely literal. Metaphors are gonna go over his head.
No, nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
I'm gonna die, surrounded by the biggest idiots in the galaxy.
No, make it fools. Turn it into fools.
Surrounded by the biggest fools in the galaxy.
So now the final scene,
Pity me.
and that was when Arnold Schwarzenegger had a plan. This is the time that Napoleon Dynamite had a plan. So he says, I have a plan.
You've got a plan? Okay, first of all, you're copying me when I said I had a plan.
I'm not copying you, gosh. I have a plan. That's not that unique of a thing to say.
And secondly, I don't think you even have a plan, little man.
I have part of a plan.
What percentage of a plan do you have?
You don't get to ask questions, fool. Not after the nonsense you pulled over on nowhere.
But I just saved Quill.
We've already established that you destroying the ship that I'm on is not saving me.
When did we establish that?
Like 3 seconds ago. Freaking idiot.
Oh, well, I wasn't listening then. I was thinking of something else.
She's right. You don't get an opinion. What percentage?
I don't know, like 12%?
12%?
That's a fake laugh.
It's real.
Totally fake.
That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life. Because that is not a plan.
Sorry, Tristan. Do that again.
It's barely a concept, fool.
You're taking their side?
I am Groot.
Thank you, Groot. Thank you. See? Groot's the only one of you who has a clue. Gosh. See, I told you. Napoleon Dynamite Star-Lord.
And scene.
I think Pedro's was the best.
Yes, you can't not have Pedro be Drax the Destroyer.
I would
I was
catch
thinking-
it.
I was thinking about something else.
Yeah. It's like you gave the brown guy the brown part. Oh, I'm gonna nail this. We're good.
Well, you told me 2 months ago you could do Pedro, so.
I did. I told you 2 months ago. I was like, here are the characters I can do. Run with it.
My reflexes are too fast.
And scene.
Oh god.
Hey!
Any
So we're
final
done.
words before we say goodnight? Even though it's not a midnight snack?
My final words are, we didn't get to rehearse that at all, so shut up, we did good.
Who's saying that we did badly?
Me.
Gosh.
I pity the fool.
I figured 12 gauge. What do you think?
12%.
Figured 12%. What do you think?
I, for whatever reason, thought the truck driver was the guy who was like, hey, move your truck. Get it over there.
Oh, him. No, yeah, you're right. He's, yeah. I think I just referred to him as a redneck. No, the Futurama trucker was he had exactly one scene, which is in the episode where Fry and Amy start dating, and they break down her brand new car that she bought at $50,000 overprice on Mars.
Right. That was really good.
That's probably something we should have explained, considering we've already made that laugh in P4 Craft.
Well, now it's explained.
We lost Alex.
That's okay. We don't need him to end. Wait, yes, we do.
Okay.
We need fluffy things.
I suppose if he gets in before we're done, then he can say it.
We've got Andres. He'll ad lib.
Andres, you get to end this.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, wait. I have a better idea. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Player 4 podcast. This week we had me, your special guest, Pedro. Don't forget to vote for me.
Just tell them. If they listen to our podcast, all their wildest dreams will come true.
It's literally true. All your wildest dreams.
Just follow your heart.
I pity the fools who don't listen to the podcast.
We're vamping while we wait for Alex to get back.
We're not waiting for Alex to get back. I pity that fool.
Oh,
Nope.
Gone.
He's gone.
Hung up. He must have heard me. Got sad.
We need elevator music.
Could just do the technical difficulties.
Make sure that you snip that out so we can loop it whenever we have technical difficulties.
Oh, man.
Andres singing, huh?
Okay.
What have I done?
Now do it like you're a trumpet.
I could probably... Let me see.
Oh, there we go.
Reveille.
We did not end, Alex. We were vamping, so you can say end a fluffy thing.
Oh, wait. Fluffy thing was at the beginning, though.
But you didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
Add the fluffy thing.
Perfect.
And we're done.
Cut it, print it.
So, Alex, your analogy last week that almost got cut.
Oh, God.
Yes. The what's it like
The
to have
hairdryer.
a penis?
Did you ever get around to giving credit where that was due?
I didn't.
No.
So, where did you get that comedy routine from?
Kyle Cease.
Okay.
That was
On
the
Saturday.
weirdest sound that you just made, Tristan. Mr. Moon.
Shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
Shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.